which one do you want to start with?
I'm okay. Wait, does that say VYBZ KARTEL Graves disease? Sorry,
Yes.
I don't have my like actual glasses.
Yes,
so
yes, he has.
What do you mean? What is Graves disease?
So VYBZ KARTEL, for the people who've been following since his coming home and stuff like that, he's been posting on Instagram regularly. One of the last posts I seen, he said he was getting ready to. He was just coming back from the gym and trying to get himself back into shape and stuff like that, right? And everybody's been concerned about his health. I don't know if you've been seeing those things, like people saying, like, "What's up with VYBZ KARTEL? He's a clone." All these different things they're saying because they're seeing like his face is puffed.
He's bloated. Yeah, he looks very fat.
He looks different and he sounds different.
Yes.
Yeah. It's very
he sounds
noticeable.
different.
Yeah. He sounds different.
So he has Graves' disease, from what I've been hearing. You know what I'm saying? I'll just pull up some VYBZ KARTEL stuff just so y'all can.
Wait, he sounds different.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
hasn't he been releasing music this whole time while he was there?
Yes.
Or was that even him?
Like this is what he looks like right now, right? Like his face is extremely puffy, right? And some people were thinking that maybe he was in jail just like putting on pounds and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
Which is possible too.
Yeah.
That happens. But a lot of times people think when they think of people going to jail, they think of them coming back out brolic and super worked out. But from what I've been hearing, I think he has Graves' disease.
Yeah, and that's like American jails where you have the facilities to really rehabilitate, you know what I mean? Like where he was, especially like he did an interview with Fox one time and like he showed his cell and stuff and like it was not looking nice. And he did try to make an appeal, trying to say like, hey, I have this disease. Would you release me so I could get some treatment?
Yeah.
But the Jamaican government, you know what I mean? They thought he was trying to finesse the system. They're really trying to teach him a lesson. So they're like, no, you have to stay where you're there. You can't leave for no reason, you know what I mean? So it just got worse and worse. So now that he's out, hopefully he could start getting the treatment that he needs.
Yes. Because like you just mentioned, he did mention this while he was in prison.
Exactly.
They gave no fucks, right?
Oh, so people been knowing.
Yeah. So it says here it's an autoimmune disorder during the time, and they mentioned what you just said, right? It's an overproduction of the thyroid hormone, right? And I've heard women talk about this as well. Like when they have too much thyroids and then like it makes them bloat out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So he's having an overproduction of the thyroid hormone, which in turn is probably what's making him bloat out like that. So yeah, he could work out all he wants. That might not help.
Exactly.
He needs to cut the carbs. I'm not gonna lie. If I'm not even joking. Like if he straight up cuts carbs, people like battle a lot of autoimmune disorders with like keto diets or like just eating steaks, like because a lot of like yeast and wheat and all that stuff it has like bacteria and like that.
So no more rice and peas, eh?
Not for VYBZ.
No,
I don't.
That's a wrap.
He needs to chill. He could just go straight up, just like I guess, just straight up oxtail, straight up jerk chicken.
Well, that's the thing, you know.
It is boring though without carbs.
No, we can't just. It's not that boring because oxtail got bare gravy on it and stuff like that.
Yeah,
that's exciting.
Yeah, it is.
It's a little bit too exciting for your heart and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? We've been conditioned to eat food, like, you know, with me, I've been on my workout regimen trying to get back in shape, eating better and stuff like that. But part of eating better is me not going to the Caribbean spot every day to get my food. I'm a Bajan man. I love Caribbean food, but I can't love it enough to have it every day, or I'm gonna blow it out, bro.
Yeah.
Even if I'm just eating just the meat alone, pause.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's gonna be either fried chicken, maybe the jerk chicken I can get away with, just eating just bare jerk chicken.
Yeah.
Because it's something that's just on a grill. You know what I'm saying? There's not a bunch of gravy on it.
Exactly. But I was about to say, most of the soul food in the Black community is like really damaging to your health. You know what I mean? A lot of grease, a lot of salt, a lot of oil, just a lot of the stuff you don't want in your body.
But it tastes so good.
Oh my God.
Amazing.
That's what makes it good. You know what I'm saying? Like the amount of sugar.
Yeah. Yeah. I've seen my mom put brown sugar on the bottom of the pan and then put oil. And I'm like, at the time, I didn't think of it, but now in hindsight, I'm like, damn, the base is sugar and butter and whatever, and then we're gonna start adding the food on top and cook the food in it and use lard to cook the food and like,
yeah, that's crazy,
bro. Like you're cooking in fat.
But surprisingly, like you don't really see that reflected in Caribbean people. Like Caribbean people, by average, obviously there's fat people everywhere, but like the average Caribbean person I meet is like, usually they're naturally just like shredded. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not like it reflects. And I was gonna ask because I was gonna say, what culture do you feel like has the healthiest cuisine? If you guys are saying Caribbean or Black soul food, it's like not healthy. What cuisine do you feel like?
Well, I would say,
and like
based on my experience, I would say like the real Rastas who keep it A.W.O.L. You know what I mean? I would say they have a phenomenal, you know what phenomenal health regime. You know what I mean? Because like they really prioritize the health and they're not into none of the grease, oil. Everything
it's like they're just eating squash,
like
raw squash
from the earth. You know what I mean? As Jah intended.
Yeah. As far as inside of the Black community or the diaspora, it's hard to say because like even when I've eaten African food, like Ghanaian food and stuff like that, jollof rice, like
it's heavy.
It's heavy.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. The chicken that I've eaten, it's amazing, but there's a lot of gravy and stuff on it. All of that stuff, it's the gravy and stuff. It's not the. I don't want to get into a nutrition show, but like it's not the meat itself. It's when you add all the extra shit on it, man.
The flavors.
You know what I'm saying? And even with Vibes, like he just came home. I'm sure he probably was trying to eat as good as he could as soon as he touched it.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like he probably went to, not even had to go to any spots. They probably were cooking for him crazy when he got home. Yeah. Like he probably came home to a friggin' feast.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
But to have that nutrition in jail is different. Because even when I went to jail, even though it was only for a week, I was vegan at the time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm trying to show them like, yo, I can only consume certain things, blah, blah, blah. They're not hearing it, you know what I mean? So the first day I'm just like, all right, I'm gonna fast. Because them times I was really on my meditation, my spirituality, you know? So then eventually when they seen that, like I wasn't consuming none of then eventually they fixed up. But I'm just like, yo, to get what you need in there is very difficult. So I can imagine in Jamaica where it's completely corrupt and shit. Yeah. You know? Like,
I'll tell you from somebody who's like, I've done a little stretch of time, right? What they end up doing is they carb you the hell up. If you don't make it a concerted effort to work out in jail, you will puff up.
Yeah. Really?
Yes, because they're giving you bread with everything. Because bread is something that fills you very easily and for cheap. So for every meal that you get, breakfast, lunch, and supper, there's an option of like not an option, but like you get a stack of bread. You know what I'm saying? There's bread all the time. And that's what I noticed throughout my whole incarceration. They try to bread you up, man. You have to literally start saying, you know what? I don't want to eat the bread. I'm going to just have other parts of whatever the food that I'm getting.
Exactly.
But if you just indulge in the bread itself just to fill you up type shit, you will get fat. And I started working out in jail. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I was running around with like garbage bags on me. I was doing all types of shit to try to like cut weight. And then I started trying to eat better because if you just indulge, sit around, eat what they give you, you will get fat.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. They're not trying to starve you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But they're not also trying to give you gourmet neither. So here's some bread, man. But full up.
I wonder if it's the amount of calories that they're giving you with the breads and stuff, or is it like because you're stationary a lot of the day, like you're not burning that energy?
You're stationary mad part of the day.
Yeah. That's where you can only get sunlight like 1 hour a week.
Yeah.
Type thing. So you don't even get to go outside and really... You know what I mean?
When
you're exercising in the same place that you're consuming the television, the same place you're socializing. It's kind of like dehumanizing, you know what I mean? You don't even get the energy to like want to
motivating.
You're not doing push-ups in there every day type?
Well, that's the thing. Like you have to make that concerted effort. Like, yo, I'm going to spend my time like bettering myself, bettering my body. And a lot of people do it.
Yeah.
But then there's a lot of... Not as much people do it as people think.
Yeah, I thought like everyone would do it because if you're just in your room all day, like...
No, you're not in your room all day. You're like out on the range. For example, let's say for people who are still waiting to go to the pen or something like that. You're in a place where you're on the range all day. You could just be sitting around playing cards, talking shit, hanging out, sitting on the phone, not even think of working out. And a lot of people are on that. I've been around on range with guys who didn't work out one day the whole time they were there. You know what I'm saying? But they're all in their 20s. Their metabolism is still running. You know what I'm saying? Now, let's say you start getting into your older age and you're just sitting around doing nothing.
Exactly.
Like when I was in jail, I was in my 30s. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, yo, I can't afford for my body to debilitate all of a sudden just from sitting around and just doing nothing.
Exactly.
And also, working out helps your mind, all types of shit. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
But listen, man, salute to VYBZ KARTEL. Now that he's home, at least he can get the medical attention that he needs so that he can address the Graves' disease. Graves' disease is very serious. Like people end up like having a shit in the bag and all type of stuff off of that. Yes. I know a man, I knew a man who actually I even did time with at one point, and he had Graves' disease. And when I bumped into him on road, he actually lost mad weight because he was ending up having to like walk around with a shit bag.
Oh, wow. And yeah, because it's connected, I'm not sure how exactly, but it's connected to so many main parts of your body where like when that starts to fail, so many different things shut down, you know?
Yeah. So
it's unfortunate.
Pray for VYBZ, man.
We love hip hop.